Good day, everyone. Today we will discuss the Chapter 5, The Later Periods in American Literature, Lesson 1, The Modernism and Experimentation. And now, I will discuss to you the first author in this period, who is Gertrude Stein. So, Gertrude Stein's term lost generation refers to the disillusionment felt by many young Americans after World War I. The war shattered their belief in traditional values such as patriotism and social norms, leaving them feeling disconnected and aimless. The rapid industrialization and growth of cities in the early 20th century disrupted established ways of life that causes alienation and confusion. With traditional structures of identity breaking down, many young people struggle to find purpose in a rapidly changing and unstable world. That's why this period of instability contributed to their sense of being lost.
So good day everyone, I am Jareen Kate Isabara and I am here to explain more about the Chapter 5. The Great Depression of the 1930s brought widespread economic devastation across the United States, affecting nearly every sector of society. Millions of workers faced sudden unemployment as factories were forced to shut down due to declining demand and falling revenues. This mass job led to severe financial instability for families as breadwinners struggled to make ends meet. At the same time, businesses and banks, which had been integral to the economy, collapsed under the weight of bad debts and reduced consumer spending. It further compounding the crisis. Farmers who were already grappling with the agricultural challenges of Dust Bowl found themselves unable to harvest, transport, or sell their crops due to plummeting prices and a lack of resources. Without sufficient income, they were unable to repay loans, leading many to lose their farms to foreclosure. The cascading effect of these hardships created a national climate of despair, forcing millions of Americans into poverty and reshaping the country's economic and social landscape for years to come.
Freudian psychology and to a lesser extent, Marxism, like the earlier Darwinian theory of evolution, became popular. So what is Sigmund Freud's theories? Particularly those regarding the unconscious mind, repressed desires, and the importance of early childhood experiences became widely influential. How about Karl Marx? Karl Marx's ideas about class struggle, capitalism, and economic inequality also became more prominent. Though it had gained acceptance earlier, Charles Darwin's theory of evolution also continued to influence thought during this period. His ideas about natural selection and survival of the fittest challenged traditional religious and moral values or moral views, offering a scientific explanation for human existence and societal development.
Henry James, William Faulkner, and many other American writers experimented with fictional points of view. So, Henry James was an American novelist and a great figure in the transatlantic culture. His fundamental theme was the innocence and exuberance of the New World in clash with the corruption and wisdom of the old. As illustrated in such work as The Daisy Miller in 1879, The Portrait of a Lady in 1881, The Bostonians in 1886, and The Ambassadors in 1903. So on the other hand, William Faulkner was a Nobel Prize-winning novelist who wrote challenging prose and created the fictional Yoknapatawpah County. He is best known for such novels as The Sound and the Fury and As I Lay Dying.
And for the last one, to analyze such modernist novels and poetry, new criticism arose in the United States. So new criticism is a literary approach that emerged in the United States in the early 20th century. So it is designed to analyze complex modernist novels and poetry. It focuses on the close reading of the text itself without relying on the historical context, autobiography, or its social influences. The goal is to uncover the deeper meanings and artistic techniques within the work.
And now, let's give life to the adventures of Tom Sawyer. So it is started with the mischievous boy named Tom Sawyer, who lives with her Aunt Polly. He is a natural troublemaker, often skipping school and finding ways to entertain himself. We are introduced to his love interest, who is Becky Thatcher, and his friendship with Huckleberry Finn. In the adventures of Tom Sawyer, Tom, Huck, and John Harper and Joe Harper run away to Jackson's Island, believing they have been killed in a storm. They enjoyed their time on the island, but their deaths are discovered and funerals are held for them back in town. When the boys return, they revel in the attention and excitement.
In the adventures of Tom Sawyer, the rising action unfolds as Tom navigates a series of adventures and challenges that shape his character. Initially, Tom turns his punishment of whitewashing offense into a clever scheme, convincing other boys to trade him small treasures for the privilege of doing his work. This moment showcases Tom's wit and resourcefulness. Meanwhile, his relationship with Becky Thatcher develops but is marked by ups and downs. Tom's attempt to win her affection lead to both tender moments and misunderstanding, adding emotional complexity to the story. The plot intensifies when Tom and his friend Huck Finn secretly witness a murder in the graveyard, where Injun Joe frays the innocent Muff Potter for the crime. The boys are terrified and swear an oath of silence, but Tom is deeply troubled by the knowledge of Muff's innocence and the injustice of his imprisonment. This internal conflict and the looming threat of Injun Joe create a growing sense of tension and danger, propelling the story toward its climax.
So in this part, Tom, Huck, and Joe Harper run away to Jackson's Island, believing themselves to be dead. Their funerals are held and the boys return to town, joining the action. Tom, overcome guilt, testifies at Muff's trial, freeing him and causing Injun Joe to escape. Tom and Becky get lost in a cave where they encounter Injun Joe. However, Tom begins to feel guilty about the situation and decides to do the right thing. He testifies at Muff Potter's trial, revealing the truth about Muff's innocence and exposing Injun Joe as the real murderer. This act of courage causes Injun Joe to flee, avoiding capture. Later, Tom and Becky Thatcher get lost in the cave while exploring. During their time in the cave, they encounter dangerous Injun Joe, which leads to a tense and thrilling moment in their adventure.
Falling action. So after being in the cave and encountering Injun Joe, Tom managed to escape him and alert the townspeople, leading up to the cave being sealed off, trapping Injun Joe so he can't bother anymore the townspeople and their town. So after that, Tom and Huck discover a hidden treasure and their lives are changed, wherein Huck is adopted and Tom experience the joys of love and friendship.
So thank you, Miss Gutierrez. So for the resolution of the story, Tom and Hank live happily ever after, so with the money from the treasure providing them with financial security. So Tom's treasure brings him and his family financial security, easing the struggles of their modest life. He also finds joy in his relationships, especially with Becky Thatcher, as he learns to value loyalty and bravery. Tom grows from a playful troublemaker to someone who balances his adventurous nature with becoming a responsible young man. And also, Tom finds happiness in his relationship, and Hank embraces a more respectable life. So Hank, once a free-spirited outsider, starts to embrace a more stable life under Vito Douglas's care. Though he struggles with the loss of freedom, the treasure allows him to leave his rough past behind. He learns that having a home and support doesn't mean giving up his independence entirely. So, both Tom and Hank grow and find happiness in their own ways, showing how friendship and life lessons can help balance adventure and fitting into society. So that's all for our report. Thank you very much.